This week on Not Just Another Sex Podcast.
What's impact play?
So impact
You got all
play.
these terms. What is these words, the vocabulary? Come on, impact play.
So impact
Use
play.
it in a sentence. You said I'm about to be educated.
Hey, sugar. I feel like there are so many different things that I need to learn as an adult. I'm this nasty on a regular day, like on a Tuesday. I am your host, Samia Burton, and don't worry, it's not just another sex podcast. Hey, you guys, welcome back to Not Just Another Sex Podcast. I am your host, Samia, and I am here today with an amazing guest for an amazing episode, for an amazing ass show. Y'all miss anything? And an amazing ass content house.
Right.
I have Brii Renee from the A. Yes, with us today. Say hey to the folks.
Thank you so much for having me. First of all, this is a beautiful content house. I love it. It's so dope in here. And I love you and everything, your podcast. So I'm really, really excited to be here with you and your fans. And we're going to get into it today. If you don't know me, I'm Brii Renee, straight from the A true ATLian. Also a radio personality, talk show host on Black Girl Stuff, and podcaster as well.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
It's these Aries.
We do it. Don't nobody do it like this.
You know what? We got to drop this in the April. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? We're going to drop this in the April. Maybe. It's always Aries season. Shit. It's always our time.
Because we the beginners, the alpha and the omegas.
Yes, I'm very excited for the new year, the energetic new year, which technically starts at Aries season. But before we, get into all of that, I want to start off with the adult tip of the day. Opening up the show, the adult tip of the day is like your therapy tip of the day. My therapist says, here's a life hack. You need to do this to make your life better. We're trying to get better with adulting in like a few minutes. It doesn't always take a whole class or a course or years to change. Sometimes it's just a thing that you heard to stick with to try to get 1% better every single day. So the adult tip of the day today is the importance of networking across.
Period.
Yes. So I saw your interview with David Shands and Ernestine and B, and y'all had an amazing episode, and I felt so seen because, first of all, just the story itself and if you guys don't know, the movie.
Yes.
Please talk to the movie that you all created and produced and sold and amazing, right?
Yeah. It started off as an idea, a skit that we did. And from there, we got us a writer and we created a whole different storyline, and built out this world. And so the movie is called Scheme Queens. It's available right now on BET Her. And so in the matter of a year, we shot the movie in 2021, like around November, December. We produced, post-production, which was crazy in itself. I'm like, this where all the money going.
Right.
Post-production was in the top of the year 2022. We put it in a film festival, American Black Film Festival, in June of 2022. And then it found its home and premiered on BET Her on New Year's Eve of 2023. So it happened so quick, but like you said, we came together as friends. We're like, why wait for Hollywood to put us on?
Absolutely.
Like, let's go out here. Let's put our resources together. How much you got on it?
Right.
Like you said, we networked across. We used everything from writers that we knew to camera ops that we knew. Everybody in the city of Atlanta, our people, we brought in favors.
Absolutely.
We just pulled through our whole resources. You know what I mean?
I absolutely
And we made it work.
Absolutely.
And it was such a blessing. I think that we don't realize how big that is. Like, we know it's big, but I think
it still hasn't hit you yet.
Yeah, when we get older, we'll look back and like, wow, we really made a movie, real feature film that premiered in Atlantic Station. Yeah, with my friends. And it's hard to come by relationships in the industry like that, let alone friendships that you can get money with. You know what I mean? So I'm really blessed.
Absolutely. So first of all, congratulations on that. And this point of the importance of networking across comes up for multiple reasons. One of them being that a lot of people think that there's like a glass ceiling or people are gatekeeping things when it comes to experiences and working with people. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes that's the case, but honestly, we should stop making things so personal and think about the accountability portion, which is when you think about reaching out to someone, for example, if I had reached out to Brii maybe, damn, I can't even say 2 years ago, because 2 years ago we did, we did work together.
Right.
Maybe at the beginning of my career, because I've been doing this for 5-6 years, at the very beginning, there would not have been any alignment because we weren't necessarily at the same level or going in the same direction, or it would have been very random.
It just might have been random bad timing for both of us.
It would be random timing. And I think the thing that people are not comfortable with talking about is the mutual benefit. If you work with someone, and networking across is, I have this and you have that. We're not talking about sponsor. You know, we talked about this at the Women in Radio conference. There's a difference between a sponsor, a mentor, and someone that you can collaborate with. And understanding that difference is going to help you when it comes to networking, because networking across is, you know what? We are at this level in our careers that is similar. That doesn't mean someone is better, someone is worse. It's about, is there a real mutual benefit here? And a lot of times people will reach out and go to someone that y'all have no mutual benefit, and you're skipping the people that you can support that are right there at where you're at. And I know for me at this level where I'm opening the content house and doing the content house, that's what we're shooting at right now, is the Something Extraordinary Content House, it was about meeting people that had been starting their, like my makeup artist was, I mean, she's been doing this for forever, but on her own around the same time I'm on my own. And then now we're here together, and now she's my traveling makeup artist. Like, it's the, you know, stay down with those that stay down with you. Like, you know, men always talk about being loyal with your barber. It's so many things that I'm like that with. Like, if 404 Creators is not available for my podcast, I'm like, we got to change the date. Like, we got, you know, like having different people and your go-to people, tapping in with them and supporting them years over time. When they come out with something big, they're going to tap into you. And when you come out with something big, you're like, hey.
Support.
And support looks different. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I never watched the movie, but I bought it. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
You know, it was like they said, hey, we come out with this movie, we can sell it for one day, 24 hours. So I bought my movie. Like, you know how it is as a content creator or whatever you do, it's hard to sometimes tap in and watch every single thing that everybody does that you support. But it was like, you know what? I bought the movie because they said this is going to be great, and they get the chance to put that right back in their pocket, and then they get to sell it. That was support for me, not actually watching it, but reposting it and things like that.
And talking about it on your platform right now, that's support. You know what I mean? Spreading the word. And that you can support in so many ways. And sometimes we get offended when people don't support with the dollar or
the way that we want it to
or the
look,
way that we think support looks. Like, support looks like you showing up. No, support for me today might not me being there. It might be me putting you on or putting out a fire for you behind the scenes or telling somebody else to pull up. Like, whatever. Support can be so many ways, and it's not based on what you want it to be. It's based on what that person has to give.
Absolutely. Which is how boundaries is important. But we got the whole show to talk about all this. So thank you so much for chiming in on the adult tip of the day for me. And so we're going to move on to Twitter Talk, which is where we play respect and homage. How you say it?
Homage.
All right. Homage to Black Twitter.
I love Black Twitter.
Black Twitter, because almost every trend, every discussion, every viral moment, everything that's been picked apart. Look here, you may be able to hold your own on Instagram, baby, but on Twitter, it's a whole nother place. And they don't want to hear none of that shit, okay? It's different from Facebook and everything else, but everything viral generally almost starts from there. So this segment is called Twitter Talk. And so this was a post that I saw that said, the gap between what your soul loves and the amount of time you spend doing it will be the size of your unhappiness. And so I wanted that to be, and we're gonna hit it one more time.
Say it one more time.
One more time. What we had a Trip Fontaine here for his book release party. He's amazing. Poetry, and he taught us to hit the rewind on them. So we're gonna hit a rewind, which is the gap between what your soul loves and the amount of time you spend doing it will be the size of your unhappiness. And y'all, if you're missing it, the things that you love, and if you don't make time for them, there will be some unhappiness there. Every hobby won't be a money maker.
For sure.
I am a professional skater because I skate all the time. I pay wood taxes every single moment. I be asked to grass the whole time, but I skate all the time. So I'm a professional skater. Yeah. I just make no money from it, you know? And it makes me very happy. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I can't think about what the content house needed. I can't think about my son because I'm too busy trying to save my life from falling on this ground. And for me, that little hour or two, it lets me breathe. I'm happy. I'm banged up, but I'm happy. I'm doing the thing that I like to do. So what are some of the things that you like to do that don't make you money, but they're a hobby, and you know that every time you do it, you don't regret it?
Oh, I love working out.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I love working out. I love sweating. I love feeling like that. You know how it hurt a couple days after? I'm like, oh, I know it's working.
I know that.
I'm building that ass up.
Building that ass.
And for me, it saved my life too, because I was 45 pounds heavier. I've always been like the thick, oh, you cute, you the cute thick girl. You know, that was me for so long. And it was like, I kind of wore that and hid behind that. But working out, it has helped me embrace I always wanted to be sexy. It was like, you cute, you pretty, but you're not sexy. So for me, working out gave me the ability to step into my sexiness. And I don't make nothing from working out, but I love it. It's just a hobby. It's something I do religiously. And even like when my schedule gets crazy, I get on my story and I be like, y'all, my schedule running me, but my schedule not finna run me. I run my schedule. I'm finna get in the gym this week. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make that time. So for me, it's working out. And I love reading. I love reading. I know that I'm such a nerd. I love reading. And so I have books. I plan books that I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read this one, then I'm gonna read this, you know? So I try to make time for that. But like you said, when I'm not doing either of those consistently, I do be feeling it in my schedule. Absolutely. I do feel it in my soul. Like, dang, I feel out of whack because I ain't went to the gym in
it makes
a
you
week
happy.
and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah, it really makes me happy.
It makes you happy. So you got a chance to take some pics in our library, the Java room at the content
That's why
house.
I want to go there.
That's why you want to go in there? I love books, and we had the Winebrarian. It's a brand, this Black woman named Natoya. She actually curated every book in our library where there's a banned book section. So like the books you're not allowed to buy, like Color Purple and, you know, Why the Cage Bird Sings. And there's a Black as Fuck section. And then there's fiction where it's all Black authors, Black authors and fiction and thriller and self-help and everything. And it's such a specifically like detailed, curated. Every book was chosen by her because they're the books that we've been saying that I'm gonna make the time to read this. I heard this book was amazing. And just even when you're coming here at the content house, when you're not working, you can take a break in another room and just pick up something real quick, and it's there every time you come. And I think just making the space, it doesn't have to look like reading a book a month or a book a week or things like that. Like, you don't have to measure it for it to be something that's a part of what you do. And I think people need to find a way to make time for the things that you love, even if it's in a small capacity.
For me, with reading, I like trying to get in. And I might not do it every night, but when I can and I got some time before bed, 10 pages.
Yes.
That's so small.
And even 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, because sometimes you can't even, you're like, damn, what?
I can't get my mind to shut
I can't
off.
get my mind.
Yeah. 10 minutes.
Yeah, so even that's exactly setting a timer for something that you're doing, and also changing the way you look at your goals. For me, I've always been a heavier woman. Face card still in decline. Like,
we
big
cute.
Look, niggas was eating the pussy when I was big. Either way, they don't.
We gonna get into that.
We gonna get it in either way.
Yeah.
But for me, I was not at a comfortable weight where I felt my best, and that is more so what was important to me. There were times that I actually liked being a little bigger than I am now, but my body did not like it. Like, my knees were hurting. I don't have the height that you have, so for me, I have to work out consistently. But I knew that I liked working out, and I think that when I was at a size I didn't like, it was more so focused on the working out part. Now that I'm at a size that I'm comfortable with, it's more so about moving. So it's not necessarily working out, but it's more so getting my body to work, and so I don't feel like I'm gonna be a hunchback at, you know what I'm saying, at 40 or any of that. So
if you don't move it, you lose it.
Okay, we're gonna apply that to multiple things on not just another sex podcast. But thank you so much for joining in on our Twitter talk, and we are gonna move on to our topics for today. Hey, you guys, it's your host, Samia. And for those of you who didn't know, I'm also the CEO and founder of Sexual Essentials. One of my favorite parts about building that brand was creating a learning platform that has over 250 workshops, interviews, and so much more. Some of my favorite components are the sex position demos. Yes, you heard that right. Demos. They're featuring some people that you may already know. Good Moms Bad Choices has demonstrated some positions for us, as well as Dara. You remember her from our first episode. Those are some of my faves, as well as the lingam and yoni massages. These are great additions to add to your oral loving for your partner. Yes, I said oral loving. I'm trying to keep it clean, guys. Anyways, they are great additions and a great way to spice things up. Outside of our masterclasses, add one of these on to your normal routine and really wow your partner. Click the link below or in any of the links in our bio and sign up for our courses today. All right, now back to the show.
Okay, let's get into
it. Do you think people quitting their jobs too soon?
I do.
Yes. Okay. So I wanted to talk about that.
I do. We can get into that. And sometimes you got to stay a little bit longer than what you want to. Your assignment there is not over, and you're there for a reason. And maybe you're not there to get to where you're going next. Maybe you're there to help somebody else. Maybe you're there to learn a skill set that's going to apply to your next situation. I waitress at my family club. My family owns the Blue Flame here in Atlanta.
Like the strip club?
The strip club.
Like Big Crit was it?
Yeah. The Scripples. So I started.
I love Big Crit. Crit,
I ain't never met Big Crit though.
Oh my gosh,
he is handsome.
He is fine.
He fine. I ain't want to be like he fine. Was you
fine? If you looking at this Crit, you fine.
But I'm gonna look at him. If he wins your man, I'm still look. I'm gonna be like, he fine.
Look, it's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, so being there, I remember for maybe like the last 2-3 years, even though it was my family's club, and you know, people would be like, "Oh, you're gonna eventually run it," and you want to, and I was like, "Oh, I just feel like my time here is up." But I didn't know where or when I was supposed to move or what my next move was. I still had to go. I still was there in that environment, crying on the way to work sometimes, or crying in the water heater closet that people didn't even know nothing about. Like, God, please let me find. But I had to be in that season, and I met so many people and connections that have carried me through entertainment and just my ability to talk. I used to be sitting there talking to the drug dealers, the baby daddies, the strippers. I was like, and sometimes I would leave so heavy, because I was like, they're therapists. But because I was able to learn how to listen to anybody or find value in any conversation, that has carried me over into my career as a talk personality. So it's like, had I jumped too soon to leave and quit, I would have missed a lot of the skills that I use still to this day.
Absolutely. My point, one of the points that you spoke to, which is that you might be there to learn a skill, is that entrepreneurship is expensive as fuck. Okay, there are two things that have been on my heart heavy lately, which is I want to see Black men grow old and I want to see creatives retire. And I don't think that people realize that as an entrepreneur, you are a creative. And as a creative, you have to learn to be an entrepreneur, because they are two different things.
Yes.
And when you don't have the business behind your skill, you can get taken advantage of. There's burnout. You're doing so much work for exposure, and you then don't see the value in your own work, and you can't retire. You're constantly working for exposure, for someone to not tag you, for you to work for exposure, because you feel like these are the people that you need to work with. And that's not necessarily true. So learning how to get your ass off your back and see why are you there? There's always something you could be doing. Yeah. The best job I ever had, and I tell people, most of the things that I've learned in the way I know how to juggle the way I do, is I worked at White Castle for years. I'm from St. Louis. So
that's y'all crystals.
First of all.
I'm saying that's the same thing, right?
You hella disrespectful.
Oh, that's y'all. Well, it's a certain thing.
Well, you know what she said. That's not Atlanta. Okay, that's the Crystals is not White Castle. Okay, I don't know what that is, but it smells weird too. White Castles is amazing. All right,
okay.
All right, now I got to do ads for White Castle and shit. Like, let y'all know, but. With White Cats, I learned how to balance. I learned how to juggle. I learned how to talk to people while they were disgruntled, and I learned how to see where they were coming from, like you said, and diffuse, situations.
Yeah.
And
that's a lot. Get everything going at once, and then produce something fast.
That still tastes good, and just understanding how far customer service will get you.
Ooh.
And I believe that, and I'm doing that now, right?
Yeah.
And so everywhere that you are, you need to take full advantage. But sometimes I think people are so woe is me, that as if all people don't go through things. And I'm not saying that one isn't more difficult than the other, but there is a reason why you're there. And a lot of times you're quitting your job because you want to do something, not because you were moved to quit your job. Like, entrepreneurship don't come with no 401k. Baby, you got to create that yourself. And sometimes that's not your purpose. And I think a lot of people end up thinking that being an influencer is the purpose. Your purpose makes you influence. That's how it works, right?
Oh, I love that.
So I feel like I came at a standstill with Sexual Essentials, like almost right after I maybe interviewed with you guys at Revolt, and I lost my Instagram page after that, and that was really difficult because it had almost 300,000 followers on it, and as an influencer, like that's your little black book,
Right.
like
It's your resume.
It's your resume. It's where you might have met somebody in passing and they followed you, and it's like I'm gonna work on this connection so I can get their PR's information or little things like that. So I lost all of that, and then I had to check myself and say, you know what, maybe you lost it because you were trying to be stuck at being this. I became an influencer on accident, and then I got stuck there, and that was never my purpose. It was supposed to use that as a tool to make these things. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to talk to the world kind of transitioning into this thing of influencers and content, and why do you think like the integrity is being lost from the content? Like it's a lot of pandering, a lot of clickbait, and there's a thin line there. How do you feel about it? Because you're in the radio, you're an influencer online, and I mean, everything, your TV show, and you're in the mix of content and influence all the time. So how do you separate the two?
I think my purpose was always to be a talk personality. So even before, and so Instagram, I started it I didn't really know what it was going to be because I got on Instagram when it first like popped off, and I started to just take pictures of my weight loss.
Okay.
So for me, it wasn't to be an influencer. I didn't get on there to be an influencer. It just, the before and after pictures would go viral every so often.
And girl, you fine.
And I'm cute.
I followed you because you was cute.
You know.
And then you happen to be cool.
I'm cute, and then I got a cool personality. It's like, oh wait, when she opened up her mouth, and I can dress. So it's like, oh, and she fly. So it's like, okay, who don't want to follow a cute little fly bitch? But I'm sorry, can we curse?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So I'm like, I didn't get on there because when I started, there was no such thing as an influencer. So I didn't get on with the intention to be an influencer. But as I grew, people started saying, oh, you have a lot of followers, you're an influencer. Because people follow you and they want to dress like whatever you know what I mean? But my goal was always to be, no, I'm using this to get to where I want to go with my career. So I think that it gets watered down because a lot of people are just doing it for what it looks like, instead of what is the purpose behind this. Like you said, where do you want to go? Yeah. Even if it's not to change the world or make the world a better place, are you just posting just to be posting online? Or are you posting because you want to build this brand to say this? Or are you posting because you have a career path and this is essential to where you want to go in your career? So for me to be a talk personality, when I got into radio, that's what made me different from other radio personalities. I was okay with taking pictures. Gotcha. I was okay with doing TikToks. I want to, you know what I mean?
And people really want to connect with you when they listen to you every damn day. You their best friend in there.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I can touch her. I'm listening to her on the phone, but I'm listening to her on the radio and in the car, but I feel connected because I'm seeing her now on my phone. And then like let's be real. How many people is really getting in the car, listening to the radio? Most of the time you plugging up a phone or you plugging up something else. So it's like to stay connected. And I love people. That's what being in the strip club taught me. Yeah. I love people. I would talk to people no matter where I worked. Yeah, that is just who I am, and my mama used to say that you don't never meet a stranger. Like no matter, she would take me to McDonald's, anywhere. I'm gonna talk to somebody in there, the crackheads on the corner. Like I'm talking to people because I want to connect with people, and so for me, social media was all about connecting with people. And I think because people get on there and they don't know why they're doing it just to get free stuff or to have brand deals and endorsements. That's why it's watered down. Yeah. Because you're not on here to uplift or educate, or you're not on here to spread awareness for, sexual health or whatever.
Eating coochie.
And it could be raunchy sometimes. we get spicy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's who I am as a person. So I'm going to show you all levels of me through my page and through my platforms because I want you to feel connected with me as a person. If you met me in person, I wouldn't be shy to show you all of me. So online is no different.
It's no different.
Yeah.
I feel like I think the reason, and not even think, with the content house here, one of my biggest things was I think people need a way to create without kind of going back to that Twitter talk, which your hobbies, but it costs so much to create these days to make the content look the way that it looks on Instagram and comparing it. And also once you see some of those clips, it's like, I want my shit to look this good too. Like I generally want it to look that way. And being able to not have to do it to get something, but just create it just because whoever is following you is still following you for you to be you, and that being enough was one of the reasons I wanted to make an affordable place for people to come and create all types of content, not just social media content, but we have 2 kitchens here. Like, so I want to see chefs, I want to see bartenders, I want to see you put some personality on the things that you want to do. And even if you just like doing it and doing recipes, and people always say, oh, you're good at that, you can create stuff off of that. It doesn't have to
it could be a hobby for you.
It could be a hobby.
And that is a reason though. Like I'm creating cooking videos because it makes me feel good. It's my outlet. I'm creating, I used to do book clubs, and I'm gonna get back to them, but.
You gonna host one here?
Yeah, I host a book club. Like I used to do book club, but I was doing it complete virtual. Like I would read a book and record myself on YouTube and put it up. Most people is not reading them books that I put up, but I liked reading and I wanted to talk about the book that I read.
People can hear about it without having to read
it. Exactly. And I created those just because I wanted to do a Bree's book club. So you do what you create because it makes you feel good, but feeling good is a purpose still.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I wasn't just creating it because I wanted you to see I can read. No. Like, that's what I'm saying. People be like, I just want you to see I'm on Instagram. No, like do it because either you feel good. Real talk. Like,
look at what I could do.
Right. I can read. Look, I know y'all think pretty bitches can't read, but look, I can. No.
Okay. So I want to talk to being in this space. Mm-hmm. How difficult does that on your dating life?
Girl, so hard. I tell people all the time, when I was heavier and before Instagram, it was so much. I kept a boyfriend. I was a serial monogamist until I lost weight. Mm-hmm. That widened.
Them DMs was flooded.
Them DMs, I'm talking about top of the top in every career field has been in my DMs. But that don't mean it is quality, ladies.
Talk about it.
It's just quantity.
I feel like so first of all, when I decided to move to Atlanta, I was like, oh, it's like I got a new coochie. I ain't fucked nobody.
Right, it is. That is a new coochie.
It's like a new coochie, and then like I'm new to entertainment, right? So
that coochie fresh.
It's fresh.
Yeah. It's like a nigga who just made it to the league.
I'm just saying, like, ain't nobody.
Them old hoes from high school don't count.
They don't count.
You in a new league now.
All the way over.
Yeah.
But now I find myself almost timid because it's like, well, one, I also understand why I got to this level when I got to it. I see why my show came when it came. I see why the content, I see why the order of operations. There were a lot of things I need to learn about being Samia with just Samia for a long time and get them boundaries, together. Mm-hmm. And I understand why. But also I feel like, damn, I just almost put myself in this. Now we're talking about a different level of money. We're talking about a different standard of I don't want everybody in my business as a free sharing person. And then also we have us working with people and I don't like the lines to blur.
Me neither, girl. I do not like to eat where I shit.
Facts. But these the only people that you around. And also you need someone that understands what you do and can understand that, hey, really, I'm married to my purpose, and then the person that I love gotta love me.
Yeah.
But really, it's my purpose first, and it's hard to find people that are on that same level, and so you end up feeling like the only people there are today are the people that's
in the industry some type of way.
In the industry, how are you balancing this? Like, you be having to masturbate like all the time?
Oh, girl. So I did learn how to masturbate not too long ago. I've been masturbating for like
took the class with
3-4 years. Yeah. I mean, it's been like 3-4 years, but I'm grown, so I should have been masturbating. But anyway, so that would have saved me a lot of headache too. But anyways, that's a whole other story.
Good for you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do masturbating?
The toy, the rose. I know. I was gonna ask you too. We was gonna get into that. I'm gonna say you think I should ask my question now?
Absolutely, ask your question.
So do you feel like that's
it's overrated?
I love the rose. It get me there real quick.
But
I'm
a
newbie.
Did you try?
So before the rose, I was a bullet girl.
I thought you
like I can't do the ficky with my hands. That don't do it for me. And I really don't like porn like that.
I understand.
Porn is not my thing. It's always because I guess I'm so I guess I'm like lightweight or feminist. Like I'll be like, this is only for him, for his pleasure. Or
I feel that.
Girl, you know that dick do not feel that good. Or like I get too
in the sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't like hearing all the fake moans. Like it's a lot.
No, all of that is fair. My eye rose because we literally did the episode we just recorded for this. I was like, yeah, the rose so overrated. Like, but I love the fact that that the conversation has started.
Okay.
You are not a beginner. It has been 3 or 4 years, baby.
Okay, but I'm grown. I'm in my 30s. I should have been. I didn't learn
but
how to.
But it's been 3 or 4 years now that you've been masturbating.
Yeah,
so
now
I
started with the bullet. The bullet was my go-to before the rose.
I understand.
And sometimes now I'm graduating a little bit. You know, they got the little.
What you doing?
The little vibrating like penis. Like I might add that on, but I still need.
You know what you should try?
Something to stimulate the clit at the same
You should
time.
do the womanizer. So the womanizer duo is like
Womanize.
Yeah, womanizer.
What does it do?
So it has the part that inserts in you, and then there's a suction part for your clitoris as well.
Okay,
so
that sounds like my cup of tea.
Normally, a lot of people don't like them, and specifically me, I don't like those because most of the times the part that goes inside you is straight. And so, but your coochie is not straight. It is curved like a little bendy straw up in there.
Right.
And so it the womanizer is curved, and so it curves in you. So that way when it goes in, now the circle clitoral suction part can actually land on your clitoris. Because if you do the straight ones, your asshole, and then it be on the wrong place, and then it's you gotta move and bend and contort.
Position yourself in a real way.
You know.
And see, I don't know, maybe because I feel like I'm a newbie, but I'm maybe not.
It's time to take a class. I'm gonna get your email address.
I'm gonna come, cause I'm gonna come.
It's online. You with a URL?
No.
What?
I'm gonna come to the class and I'm gonna come. But anyway, so what I was saying was, I don't like. So I like the sucking on the clitoris, but I want the penis, but I kind of like the penis to like hover. Like
brush against it, like that heaviness where you hear that little,
I want it like or just putting a tip in,
just a tip,
just a tip. Like so, I don't really want the whole penis in at the same time as the. It's like I can't really
into it.
Focus.
You gotta go into that, lean into that. Don't focus. You cannot calculate. You know, us as Aries women,
we like to
calculate and be in control. Let that shit go. Confuse your body and watch what it do.
I'm gonna confuse my body tonight.
Look at her. Don't look at me like that. Because we be teaching classes. Look here. We teach classes. And you can take the class online. Okay. I'm going to get your email after this, and I'm going to send you a masturbation and squirting class. I want you to take it.
I know how to squirt. Okay, that's good. Okay, my bad. I like.
Hey, for you. I was on No For Sure because B had took the class, and you might be a beginner, but 3 or 4 years, it doesn't take a long time to get to know your body. It's about understanding the science experiments you need to put it through so you can see what you like. And what you're saying is absolutely normal. Okay, it's all normal. That's why it's like, yeah, everybody loved the rose. Everybody started off with the bullet. It's okay. Okay. But you got to understand, we got to move past that. Just having orgasms is not enough anymore. It's about having longer orgasms, extending those, playing with your orgasms, and learn how to do that with your partner, and also teaching someone how to do that. So my next question is, do you know how to articulate how you like your pussy being eaten? Because a lot of people think that sexuality and learning sex is about what to do. It's sometimes it's more so how you explain to someone else. Can you give someone the instructions?
I don't think now that you say that, no.
Okay.
And I know I don't, because again, I thought I couldn't come from clitoral stimulation until my late 20s.
Okay.
So I didn't even like it. I felt like, you just licking me. Get off of me. Like,
you just licking me?
Yeah. But it wasn't until somebody really took the time, and I was in a relationship with somebody who really wanted me to come that way. So they took their time, and I learned what I like from that, through that. So, but now I don't know, like, I'm like, pull the hood back. But
talk about it.
That's all I know that I did.
You experienced. I'm proud of you. We're going to give you a gold star. We got to update this. You is not a beginner no more.
I'm an intermediate. I'm intermediate.
Intermediate pussy pop.
Pull the hood back.
Pull the hood back. So,
and so I will say.
Talk about
this is how I feel. Don't lick me like a cat. Like,
I knew you, when you said don't lick me, that's why I had to close my eyes for a second, because I knew exactly what she was talking about.
Put your mouth on it.
Suck on it like you like pussy.
Yes.
Yeah,
like,
it should be a little glazed donut spot right here.
Yes, I want to feel your beard. And then I'm also somebody who gets turned on from all the other sensations of things. So like,
What is it?
The sensation. Like, it's sensational. Feeling your beard hair like on my little gooch area. You know what I'm saying? Like from, you know, like all of that, like, ooh, it's tickling. And then you reaching up, rubbing my nipples. Like I need multiple points of sensory.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the things I love about orgasms that you can mix and match them. And so like if have you ever had a nipple orgasm?
No.
Okay. Put your rose there. Put your rose there.
Okay, I'm gonna
on low.
this.
Not on jackhammer.
Okay.
On low.
Yeah.
And see how it works. But also like masturbate and then ask when we get this partner that we're going to get one day in this field that is hard to get them in.
You know?
When we get them, asking them to like suck on your nipples while you're masturbating. And sometimes that will help induce another orgasm. So,
yes. So I do like, that's why I was like, I need multiple. So even if I'll be like, watch me play with myself.
Talk about it.
I have ex guys to do that. Like, watch me play with myself. And then, but while you do it, touch me. I will say, like, touch me. Okay, rub my nipple. Okay, squeeze it harder.
I really need some help. I ain't got no more hands.
Yeah.
Help me out
Squeeze
here.
squeeze it harder. Nibble on my nipple a little bit. Like a
nipple
little,
to nipple?
Nipple on the nipple.
That's nice.
Yeah, like a little teeth.
You be biting?
I like to bite. If you like to bite, be bitten.
Don't need no marks though. Don't need no marks.
Not hard, but it's like a little sexy bite. You know what I'm saying? Especially with my nipple, like bite my nipple a little bit. I need a little pressure. You know what I'm saying? So I have came from my nipples being stimulated and me playing with myself at the same time.
Hey you guys, it's your host Samia. If you're enjoying the topics over here, honestly, I think you'd love the topics over on my learning platform. I have some private interviews over there with some amazing guests. I've interviewed Mr. Marcus, yes, that's the porn star, Passion Jones, who brought on her husband and her boyfriend, and even had some girls' night conversations with Medina from Cocktails, as well as Mila from Good Moms Bad Choices. That conversation was amazing. We did some examples of our dirty talk, and let's just say you need to check it out. Don't just take my word for it. Make sure that you click the link below and sign up today. There are over 250 workshops, classes, interviews, and so much more. All right, now back to the show. Do you have an interest in like being not necessarily dominated, but there is impact play? Have you ever experienced anything like that?
What's impact play?
So impact
You got all
play.
these terms. What is these words, the vocabulary? Come on, impact play.
So impact
Use
play.
it in a sentence.
You talk about So you talked about pressure, right? And we know that there's like a thin line between pain and pleasure, and the right amount can change the type of pleasure that you feel.
Yeah.
And so impact play is learning to and experiencing different things, impacting. If I hit you, that is an impact. So you're talking about spanking and flogging, where they have the little, they have the strands
Like a whip
on
or
them.
something.
Yes,
Okay.
but they may look crazy, but they don't feel crazy depending on how it's being used. And I'm losing. She's like, I don't know if I want nobody to hit me.
I'm just saying, because I'm the type of person where I'm ready. I'll try anything once to see if I like it.
I try anything 3 times.
3.
Because the first time it may not be good, and it just may be because we was awkward or whatever. And then the second time may be like, hold on, it wasn't terrible, but let me just make sure. And that third time, baby, we can't get in. May not just. It just
You
may not
right,
be
because
for
that's
me.
how I was with anal.
So you like anal?
I do like anal.
Love that for you. First of all, that shit feels amazing. Like they
It
should bottle
does.
that up and sell it in a can.
That come from anal is
like you going to sleep.
Whoa,
that's one that could take me out. That's one that it take a lot to take me out. But
me too, because I feel like my orgasms boost me up. Normally, like vaginal or
they give you energy.
Yeah.
I can go take over the world after orgasm.
Exactly.
That's usually how I like to start my
But
mornings.
that anal, and that's why I don't do it right.
When I'm on time.
Like that's your cup of coffee.
Absolutely is.
Right. No, but that anal is definitely like, it's a difference. And it's more like, I don't know, it makes me feel.
It's encompassing. Like of my entire body. I almost feel like,
but it took 3 times for me to
damn, I
enjoy
miss
it.
sex.
Yeah.
All right. So
I have to hit something more about
we
that.
got to figure it out. We got to figure it out.
But to your point, I did have to try. The first time I tried anal, it was accident. So that was horrible. I went deaf and blind at the same time. Like, I swear to God.
I went deaf and blind.
At the same time. You know, it was one of them, it was so wet and then it slipped out and then it went back. Ooh, wrong hole. Ah, get off me. I ran to the bathroom. I had to lay on the floor. It was a whole moment, right? Everything went dark. So that was horrible. And then I was scarred for a while. And then tried it the second time. It was like, okay, almost maybe you ease me into it, you know? And then the third time.
Size limit. You got a size limit for your ass?
You just gotta ease it in and it gotta be real, real wet. Like, so I need lubricant. But I only really did it with this one person. So it's like, I didn't really try different sizes. Okay. But
it's a size limit for me.
Yeah, no, we can go.
I love me a medium daddy. A medium zaddy. Okay.
This one was like
medium king.
Schmig. It was mig. It was big and medium. Mig. It was mig. Medium big. Yeah.
Black men, y'all dicks be big. And
yeah, they be big. Mig.
Yeah. Look here. There's a place for everything, for every hole.
Yeah.
I love ass orgasms, and I think that women should try them more.
I think they should too. Try it.
And I know it sounds crazy, but you do have to find a sweet spot. And you guys, you don't have to go from 0 to 100 real quick. Like it's Mount Everest, like base camp 1.
Yeah.
Okay, like a thumb.
I was gonna say start with fingers.
Start with y'all. This is also why I don't like putting my nails in people's mouth.
Right. Don't feed me shit.
Don't feed me shit.
Don't worry about it.
I don't want it.
Keep to yourself.
These little clickities that I don't want that. That's one reason I'm not really I will bleach my fingers like before sex and I will soak them because I mean what have we touched and then you pulling it out of somebody's ass and then so is ass I'm sorry, we're talking about base camp 1 and I'm gonna ask you my question.
Okay.
Base camp 1. So you have
fingers, thumbs,
butt plugs. They come in different sizes and ranges.
I had bought those beads. I was gonna try.
Ooh, you should definitely take a clitoral stimulator on your clit when you're about to come. Like have the partner do like this with it, but then like when you actually about to come, like have them pull it out.
Ooh.
Like when you're like about to come, but also you could do that even with a partner when a partner is like on top of like and they're on top and you leave space. And mind you, they got to be able to hold their own. So like men, you have to practice like your stamina and withholding and things like that, which is why edging is so important. But if they're sitting up and they're stroking, you want to be on the same consistency. You want them to slow down because you don't want to come that way before you come like via your clitoris, right? So when you feel like you're about to come, then tell them to speed up and you can help induce like a vaginal orgasm that way as well.
Oh, I can just only imagine. So okay,
call me when you do that.
Adding that.
So do you eat man ass?
No.
Do you want to? You said you'd try anything. What's the story? What are the
niggas don't be washing their ass. I don't remember. I don't want to eat up, man. I don't think it's gay. I just don't want to do it because y'all be dirty. And unless I wash the ass, it's a little different.
You don't be sucking? Oh,
I do suck dick. I do. Okay. I suck some dick.
But it's like right there, right? Like if they ain't washing their ass, they probably ain't washed them nuts
It's
either.
enclosed in the booty hole. The booty hole is trapped. At least the dick done had a little air. And I know it don't make sense, but I feel like when the germs hit the air, maybe it died. I don't know.
Can't die.
I hope it died.
The booty got its own door.
It's closed. And then you gotta open it up, and then it's like, that's the fresh air. No, I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not saying I won't ever.
I think you're gonna do it. I ain't gonna lie to you. You very curious, and you also are Aries, and I already just listened to the conversation.
And if I love you, I love you. And
I'm about to say, I already know that once you love somebody be like, hey, let's rob this bank. You're like, okay, baby.
You're right. And I got the shopper. What's up?
What's up? So I already know just from the excitement of pleasure, and I know for me, and especially as a fellow Aries woman, having a little bit of control is a thing for me.
How do it make them? Do they make them kick their legs up?
Oh, absolutely, all the things. And
let me push your thigh down, like a nigga.
Why you gotta be extra? See, this is why they don't be letting us do it, cause you didn't push the man. Why do you even have to do that, bro? Like,
I nigga gonna jaw me,
bro.
It's like, get up.
Get up.
Girl,
like,
yeah.
look here, please. This is a PSA. Do not try this at home without discussing it first. If you get slapped, that ain't got nothing to do with us, okay?
Yeah.
I feel that a lot of men do not have the freedom to be free or to explore. And most men, even if they don't choose to continuously try it, they will tell you it's one of the best orgasms they've ever had, especially if you stroking the dick as well while you licking. And I'm not saying do this to everybody.
No, this got to be your man.
This got to be the,
Yeah, this your booty hole.
Yo, man, yes, your booty hole.
Yes.
Fair.
You know that booty hole ain't been nowhere else.
That's your booty hole.
That's why I say I want to wash it, though, before.
I don't need to be a part of that. There are some things
I
that
don't trust them. They be rushing.
Open your booty so I can wash it for you.
Let me do the sniff test first.
Get off. This end of the show. She has to go. Get off.
Let's see. Okay.
I do be sniff testing my pussy though before I get out the shower.
For
Like you got to just do a little taste.
Yeah.
Like
Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I put it in.
it's all right.
Okay. Yeah. You smelling normal. What's
Okay.
up? Okay.
They ain't gonna let us back on the internet.
They not.
They not.
Sorry.
My bad. So
that was gonna be.
I think that watching men enjoy themselves without judgment and pleasure and really being in a safe place and them being able to let go and be free, a lot of men have never had an orgasm that deep. And their G-spot is in their ass. So, like, if an orgasm feels good, just imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like, how, and it doesn't have to necessarily be even you eating it. Even if you get, like, oh, my gosh. You could take a vibrating butt plug. Y'all, and I know y'all probably like, where to get these toys. Go to Erotic Boudoir. That is a Black-owned toy store, and you can use code SEXUAL and get 15% off. Like,
Oh, I'm about to tell us up.
yes, like she is amazing. She
Ball out.
She teaches about toys. She's on our Patreon teaching about all different types of like. We be on there telling you like, look, if you take this toy, you do this, you do like this, and it's all kind of stuff. You can try. And if you could put a vibrating butt plug in someone's ass and like either eat their pussy or suck their dick.
I'm going to buy that for
and at first, fuck them.
Right.
Because I do like the vibrating butt plug for myself though, because also most times I'm in the bed alone.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about to do that.
And trying to stretch, especially with my little short arms, is
I need, what is it called?
vibrating butt plug.
No, the store.
Oh, Erotic Boudoir.
Erotic Boudoir. Y'all got Prime? I need it.
I need it now. I need it. And so it's amazing. But also even adding different skills like a lingam massage or a yoni massage to regular things that you do. Again, classes that's on the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of things are amazing. So I think that you're going to end up eating some male ass. I ain't going to lie to you.
I probably will.
Probably will. Can you call me when you do? Tell me how it was.
I will.
Okay.
Adding ass, eating ass.
Ass, eating ass. All right.
I'm learning a lot.
So
I got 2 things on my list already.
what is on your sexual bucket list?
This is so kind of basic, but I still want to do it. Cause I always wanted to get fucked in the office and they throw everything on the desk on the floor and
It's
just
the mess.
throw me on the I want to walk in the office and you fuck me in the office and you throw everything on the desk and you throw me on the desk and fuck me real hard and bend me over and just I don't know why
It's the voice. It's not the story. It's you.
It's like bend me over and fuck me on this paperwork that you got to sign.
Look at these ass marks tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have had sex in the office.
Okay. Did you throw it on the desk?
Absolutely
Okay.
not. No,
No?
I could not get past the mess. I can't do the mess. We can't knock these things, but I can move those things organized over to that table over there, and then
she's trying to be all organized
and then
shit.
we can have all the messy sex
wanna-
ever. Because I don't want like squirt on my paperwork. I
do.
don't, and
I'll
then
be
I
like,
really need this
"Ooh,
paperwork,
sign
and so
right
it's out of
here.
order.
Please move the squirt. Don't worry about that. It's sign on that.
Sign on the squirt, please.
Yeah.
Sign on the squirt. All right, that's the title for this episode. Sign on the
Sign
squirt. And so I did have that experience, and what I even found out from that was that I like a man that can tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a man who told me that I suggest you tell everybody to get out of your office because I'm coming to fuck you in 15 minutes. And I knew that man was not playing. Like, this is I'm
Y'all
talking about,
gotta go. Pack
y'all
this
have
shit
to
up.
go. Y'all gotta go. Here's the marketing. Here, I'm gonna buy lunch. Can you call me when you get there so I can see what I want at this place that we always eat at?
Right.
But I knew, and guess what? He was there in 15 minutes and one of the best orgasms ever. Not because
That's sexy.
It was so sexy. It was
The build up.
It's the build up. It's the desire. Like feeling desired by a man. I think that as a woman that's in entertainment, I think being a woman that's attractive, a lot of people are curious about the pussy more so than desiring the pussy.
That's a fact.
And I don't want to give the pussy to somebody that's just curious, like, oh, let me try this out, let me test this out. Like,
or I just want to see what your pussy like.
I just want to see what it's hitting for.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, no. When men do things and that they're invested in, they do it very differently. Because I've had sex with the man that didn't like me, and I couldn't tell till I was like, oh, he don't like me. Like, he may think he like me, but he don't like me. I've had sex with a man that loves me, right? And I've had sex with the man that has shown desire. And that one is different. Because you could love somebody and not desire the pussy. You may not think about it at all. Sometimes you fall into friendships so hard, like, they're just my best friend, and you forget the sex.
I just love you as a person.
I just love you. Always. We good for that one.
Yeah.
But someone that desires to make you orgasm, to make you come, and to make your body do things that you've never seen it done before, and they're invested and can pay attention, that shit slaps differently.
Yeah, it do.
So that is definitely one of the reasons that I don't like having sex unless it's good. And I have a pretty good record. Like, I'm pretty good about energy. I'm very clear when the dick usually is going to slap. I can count on my hand how many
Me
bad.
too.
I can feel the energy.
We got that dick dar.
A dick dar?
It's a dick radar. Like a dick dar.
That's cool.
Yeah, we
it's
can
just
tell.
you keep saying things that I'm like, somebody get this woman a t-shirt. Like
No,
she needs to make t-shirts.
That's how I feel about you. I'm adding shit to my list, and you got vocabulary that I'm learning, impact play. I'm about to do all of that
facts,
shit.
all that.
Yes. So I can sense that too. And even when dating, I'm like, oh, he's cool, but I can tell I'm not gonna really fuck with you because I can tell you ain't got no good dick.
I like when men pay attention to detail, and it's a thing that you can try to practice in the beginning and to get someone's to get someone's attention, but after a while it will wear off. And if you're a pleaser and if you pay attention to detail, it'll stick with you the long way. People that's not really with that, they're not gonna do all that if they don't care, just to get some pussy once.
Do you only like pleasers? Like, you know how some people are pleasers, and then some people, or do you like it? Like, how do you like? What do you like?
I do like pleasers. I also am a pleaser, and I like being with other pleasers because I know that when I need a moment for me, I will have everything I need. And also I know that you're always thinking about me, which means that I know I'm gonna be good and I'm always thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? And also pleasers have patience. You know what I'm saying? And when, first of all, if you eat me out, it takes a long time for me to come from oral. Like, and not because I'm using battery operated toys. It's always been that way. You know what I'm saying? So even with a toy, sometimes it could take a while. But someone who is going to say, get out of your head, come back, I'm not done. And can tell me something like that when they see me getting in my head, like somebody who sees me and knows me and like, relax, stop, I'm not going nowhere, I'm fine. I got you. Stop thinking. Come back to me. Moment. Like that's I like shit like that.
Talk to me while you eat my pussy.
Oh God, that's a whole nother episode. Okay, so let's get into this advice for they kick us off the internet. Anyway.
This is good.
Look here, I gotta masturbate today. I got to put it on my to-do list. I was
going to the grocery store and gonna go cook dinner, but
that
like,
serve
go
up
get
them
this
nuts.
booty hole vibrating booty plug.
Booty plug instead.
I'm getting that. Ain't gonna holler at y'all.
So we're gonna move into this advice segment. Today I want us to talk about taking away the wrong things first when it comes to our self-care. And I guess it's not necessarily advice, but more so a tip of the day to say, ladies and fellas, when you're going through something, especially on this journey, and I thought this was very fitting for you to be on the show, this entrepreneurship journey, this creative journey, a lot of times you do have to cut back or you have to make ends meet and things like that as you're building and doing the intentional grunt work or whatever. And I want to challenge you to not take away all of your self-care stuff first.
Facts.
For me, doing this content house, I took my entire life savings and put it into this where I was financially free. Thank you. Spent all my money. Good for me.
Good for you. No, you know how many times I've betted on me like that and wiped out my savings?
I love that story.
Put you ahead.
I love that story about scheme queens because
I wiped out my savings for schemes.
And I feel like I'm in that moment. And I feel like I'm in that moment where my life is about to change because I took the correct route, which was I wasn't playing chicken with my purpose or my dreams or any of that. I made a decision that this is what I want to do, and I was very clear on it.
Yeah.
And through that process, I've had to changed things. I'm not nearly as comfortable as I was before. Like Sexual Essentials had me set up like I was straight, and I decided to get off of that comfortableness and go into something different. And so I've had to watch how I cut back, and I realized I didn't cut back on my self-care at all. If anything, it went up. I go to the spa almost every night, right? And
not tonight though.
Not
She gonna be in there.
No, not I'm in that bed
vibrating.
tonight.
Booty holes and clits.
Booty holes and butt cheeks. And the way that it's fueled me is different. Yeah. And I say that sometimes I get to the end of the day and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, it make me want to cop out, right? Like, man, I could be fine with just this. But then I do some self-care and I'm like, okay, I got 3 more days in me.
For sure.
And sometimes that's all you need is to get a couple more days into, you know what I'm saying? Because 3 more days, you never know what opportunity could pop up, what offer you get, and every time I've done it, it's worked out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I go get a little more self-care, I get a little bit more patience. I fill my cup a little bit more, and I'm able to make it farther than what I thought I was able to before I just took care of myself. Mm-hmm. And so I know that following your dreams can be scary, but I'm asking you to please don't stop taking care of yourself because you think that's going to save something. Yeah. One of the things I refuse to give up is my cleaning lady. I'm not giving her that. If look here,
the house got to be clean, and I don't feel like cleaning it. I'm too busy chasing these dreams.
If I'm sad about the dreams not working out, washing the toilet is not gonna help me. If anything, I'm gonna be like, now I'm washing toilets. Right. And, that's not the last thing I need to do is wash the damn toilet. You know what I'm saying? So and
whatever that is, if washing the toilet make you feel good and that's what you want to do, then do it. Wash the toilet. But whatever your self-care is, don't take that away. I think, like you said, and you can find ways to maybe make your self-care more affordable.
There's a difference between luxury and self-care.
Yes.
I tell people all the time, my facials are not luxury, bitch. I don't want to look like a raisin in 10 years.
Exactly.
This is self-care. Okay?
Yeah.
It's not accidental. It's very intentional. And so I just want to tell you that if you're going through something, you feel like you got to cut back, find another way to make it work. But a lot of times we put all this self-care on the back burner and then it becomes aftercare. And that's not what we need. If you're trying to get through your dreams, you are very important. Okay? Hey, you guys. Hope you're enjoying the show. I just had to stop by and let you know that if you have not ordered your thigh-high socks from Sexual Essentials, you're behind. I know how it feels to buy lingerie and you say, ooh, I'm going to be real sexy and put it on, and it's sitting in the back of your drawer collecting dust. Let me tell you, the thigh-high socks are just so convenient. They're super sexy and they're actually comfortable. So instead of feeling like you have to make that large leap into lingerie, try the thigh-high socks. Your partner gets to see you looking sexy as well as yourself, and they're super comfortable. Don't forget to use our code NJASP for 15% off. Tell your friends and make sure that you get your favorite color before they're gone. All right, now back to the show. So moving on to the spiritual tip of the day. All right, so we were talking.
We done went everywhere.
We done went everywhere here, all the things, not just another sex podcast.
This is not just another sex podcast.
Not just another sex podcast.
I love it.
All the things.
Spiritual me.
Today, spiritual me.
Heal my spirit. We done talked about my whole asshole on here.
Now let's bring it back down. All right, so today we were talking about meditating and the importance of breath work. Mm-hmm. So I believe that one of the reasons that we are not taking meditation so seriously is because we truly don't understand it. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is it? And how do I know if I'm doing it right? You know? So meditating is breathing. Mm-hmm. And I know you're like, but I know how to breathe. But truth is, you don't.
We don't.
A lot of times you ever catch yourself just doing, you so intense, like looking at reading or something, and you feel like you're like, dang, let me catch my breath, because you probably unconsciously stopped breathing and you didn't even notice. Or if you listen to especially as a parent, if you listen to your kids sleeping, you hear when their breath stops and it scares the shit out of you because you realize sometimes they're not breathing at all. And so sometimes our life expectancy or our health is not nearly at the level that we think it's supposed to be. If you've ever been on oxygen, you know how good it feels because it feels good to give your organs the oxygen that it needs. So meditation and yoga are different practices that help you learn to breathe properly or remember to breathe and take deep breaths.
And you got to think, when you're not breathing, you're putting your body in like attack mode just because it feels like I'm in fight or flight mode. So sometimes just taking a couple deep breaths really relaxes your body and lets your body know you're safe.
Yes.
Because when we all know you can't thrive or operate at our best selves when we feel like we get backed against a corner.
Absolutely.
That's not your best self. So that's what you're doing when you're not breathing properly.
Absolutely. When you're doing these breath things, one of the it's difficult to be consistent when you're not sure if it's working and you don't have any way to compare it. And so I want to share a story about when I knew that meditation was working for me. So I like skydiving and I like scuba diving.
That shit hurt. I did it one time.
Which one?
Skydiving.
What hurt?
It was the air blowing my face back and the thing on my coochie pulling me up.
I mean, I'm 5'3", so I just fit in there.
I just felt so discombobulated. Like, I didn't think I was going to die. It just was painful to me.
I mean, they do have you strapped in, but I don't want to be loose. Strap me in, baby.
Yeah.
Strap me in. And so the first time I went skydiving, I barely even remembered it because I was so scared, you know what I'm saying? Until it wasn't, right?
Yeah.
But I missed a lot of the experience. I couldn't even like recollect it the same because I couldn't see. I couldn't breathe, you know? So the second time I went, it's crazy how my body had just started doing my meditation breaths naturally, those deep breaths. And so the whole time I remembered everything. And instead of feeling fear and anxiety, I was like, it was the positive type of anxiety. Like, oh my gosh, I'm about to do this again. And every time I got to a point where I was like, well, you know how you might be a little scared, but sometimes scared ain't fun. It's like, no, I was really scared, you know? Yeah. But I wasn't trying to breathe. My body naturally took over, you know? And so you have to give your body time to pick that up. So just meditating on the normal is going to help you. It's going to help you when you are quick to respond and snap on people, or you know what I'm saying? Your body, like you said, is in this phase of, my producer's telling us we got to go. Okay, Brii was on here talking about booty holes for 40 minutes, and now we got stuck.
I was learning stuff.
No, it was an amazing episode. But you need breathing more than you think that you do, and it's really essential for your health. And just taking a moment, you guys, meditation does not have to look the same way, but I do suggest that you find a way to get comfortable with meditating, whether that's with just some soft music in the background or if it's just being outside and opening your eyes. But just Google it. I mean, just try, you know.
You know what helped me? I literally had an anxiety attack in the car last year driving. And shout out to Megan from the Know For Sure podcast. But she walked me through this, and I'll take this with me at least once or twice a day. I might just stop what I'm doing and really take 3 good, deep breaths.
Yes.
And those breaths mean so much. And I'm like, inhaling positivity, exhaling the bullshit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
and I'm meditating on changing my attitude. And when you take those deep, and you can take more than 3, whatever you got time for, but you'll naturally feel your body feel better.
So my suggestion is if you could just start with 21 deep breaths.
21,
and at the 3 all the time. So I guess not start. The second one I would say is 21 deep breaths. If you want to do like a tiny meditation, right? 3 deep breaths is amazing, especially right there in the moment. If you can just do that, that's great. But I use that with my son. Mm-hmm. So like he's scared of everything, probably because I'm scared of everything, right? So if he see a dog, baby, he would dart into the street to get away from this dog. And I had to talk to him because he scared the shit out of me one day. And I was like, hey, we have to learn how to just take 3 deep breaths and then decide how we feel. Mm-hmm. And he heard me on that. Like, as simple as that was, he was like, okay. And so now he's been doing it. And he'd be like, Mommy, I took 3 deep breaths first and I wasn't scared. Or, you know, whatever. And just watching how he can use that now is going to change. Like I learned that recently. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's a spiritual tip. Y'all try that.
But
we got a lot of shit to try today.
We got a whole bunch of shit to try. But also them 21 deep breaths. If you're not sure what to do or where to start or the music, just sit there and count 21 deep breaths, or either set a time, see how long it takes you to do 21 and set a timer. That way you don't have to count every time, and just watch what your body goes through as you sit there, just focusing on counting to 21. It's crazy. So, Brii Renee from the a real authentic ATLian. Please tell them where they can find you.
Y'all make sure y'all first of all, thank you for having me. This was informative and super fun. And I can't wait to get out of here. Go to that website.
Okay.
No, but my name is Brii Renee, straight from the A. Follow me on all social media platforms at Bree's the Name, BRISTHENAME. And of course, you can stay tuned. I have Mommy and Me podcast coming every single Monday on my platform. And Tuesdays, I'm on Revolt's Black Girl Stuff. Yeah, just stay tuned.
Absolutely. Big things are coming. Make sure that you go to BET Her because Schemes Queens is
check that out.
Thank you guys so much. Make sure that you join the Patreon for some of these classes. Look at the links below or link in the bio. There are discount codes, all of that good stuff.
I'm linking.
Yes, linking.
The link. Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna send you the masturbation and squirting 101 class.
Please,
Get
send
you
me all
together.
the classes.
Get you together. So
I'm about to be educated.
thank you so much. Shout out to my makeup artist, Coaches Couture, as well as Jakia for putting my look and face and hair together today. I appreciate y'all so much for taking care of me. Thank you, and I will see y'all next time. Ciao.
Yes. I got to go, girl. I got to go order these things.
She said, I gotta go right now.